All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, the Awadah, the house of David. As we stated, with the closing and the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, right, and then the war going on between, Israel, Babylon the Great, and Iran. As you can see, gas prices are soaring, around, a lot of things are going to soar up, going to go to the roof, and I did a video on it before, but I got to come back. I got to do another one on it, man, because this is absolutely what's going on. You see, the crude oil is through the roof. Actually going to speak about it in this video that I'm going to play. You see, but these are the things that are happening, man. These are the times we're living in. All right, so let's go and play this video without further ado. All right.
Oil prices.
As you can see, it says gas prices in the U.S. increased 11% since Iran war began. Right.
This week, as much as 35% as a result of what's going on in the Middle East. All this as crude oil soars past $90 a barrel. Gas prices also spiking. Millions of Americans are feeling the pain at the pump when they head to the gas station. And that's where we find Alicia Nieves this morning. She's live in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Alicia, good morning. Gas prices have gone up almost 27 cents in just a week. Explain this to me.
And it's going to continue to keep going up. You see, as long as this thing keeps going, it's going to continue to keep going up. Why? Because of the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, right? Which Esau Edom wants to get his hands on that, right? He wants to control that. You see, so he can control the oil, he can control all the resources and many different other things of that nature, right? Because once you have all of these things in your at your disposal. Right, meaning you can be able to dispense it how you want to dispense it, right? You see, so these are the things that are happening, right? You see, resources, right?
Yeah, Hannah, we just ran over to the pump where we're at right now, the gas station here, to see where the prices are at. Regular unleaded, the cheapest you can get, $3.24. That's a little over 20 cents higher than it was about a week ago, and that's actually good compared to other parts of the country. National average right now sitting at $3.32, up from about $3 just a week ago today. That means the national average rising for most of the country at least 30 cents since the start of this conflict. And again, depending on where you live, you might be paying even more. I want you to take a look at the states, several states where they are paying a lot higher.
Look at that. California, $5.07. Damn it, man. Look at that. Ohio, $3.39. New York, $3.32. Right?
You got states like, I think Indiana up here, Ohio, paying upwards of 45 cents a gallon, right now, significantly higher than a week ago. And as the conflict with Iran pushes oil past that $90 mark, I was reporting on this all day yesterday, crude prices up around 10% just yesterday, particularly on the president making comments about this war potentially, being indefinite, at least until Iran has its unconditional surrender, and that fueling those crude oil prices that haven't even impacted the gas price today. So that will happen in the days to come, Hannah.
Why is this happening so quickly?
And Iran is not going to surrender, man. Right? That's the old Persians right there. That's the Persians, man. Right? It goes back to the Elamites. They're not going to surrender, man. You see? Okay? Now, things may die down eventually, but as far as them surrendering and saying, what, to hell with this, we done, we throw up the white flag. Nah, man. You see, because what they thought was Iran was just some damn type of punks. They was some pushovers. They was just gonna try to run in there and debo them out, man. But nah, that wasn't the case. You see, that wasn't the case. Iran got hands too. Okay.
You mentioned is in the last week you've seen this spike.
You said a moment ago we've seen this gas price or oil price spike 35%. That's actually the largest.
And that's what Babylon the Great is. Babylon the Great ain't nothing but a damn bully. But their bully tactics, right, which is the least of the flock should draw them out. You see, Jeremiah 49:20, right? You see, and they pulled Babylon into this war, right? Talking about Israel, right? The small hats, the tiny tops. They pulled them into this war, right? To bring down that regime over there, right? The Ayatollah Khomeini. They wanted to bring down that regime, right? And set up a puppet leader. This is what this thing was all about, right? To get control of the central banks and many different other things of that nature, resources, right? And so on and so forth. Now, this is all prophecy, right? Because ultimately World War III is going to come. You see? But here it is, right here. Let's go to this Matthew real quick. Let's go to this scripture. Let's go to Matthew, right? Matter of fact, let's do Jeremiah 49:20 real quick. Right? It says, therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that have taken against Edom and has proposed in his proposes that, right, that he had proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. It says, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. You see? Okay. All right. So all these things are coming down to it, man. All right. But let's go and see what Yahweh Shai said, right? In the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, right? Matthew, the 24th chapter. And let's go right here. The 6th verse, right? And it says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, right? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? Let me get this here in the book of Luke. I think it's Luke 21. I think it's Luke 21. I think it might be in Luke 21. Nope. Let's see this. Let me see. Nah, that's not it. Ah, man. I know it's in Luke. I know it's in the book of Luke. Let me see. Slovakia, brothers. I know it's in here. Let's see. Let's see. I think it might be. Let's do this. Let's do that right there. Yeah, there you go. It's in Luke 21:9. Oh, I passed it. It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. You see, but the end is not by and by. All right, let's open it up. All right, and I was in here. I just rolled by it kind of quickly. Okay. Verse number 10, it says, Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven, right? And as we know, that blood moon that passed on March 3rd, you see, and it was over the Statue of Liberty. That was kind of crazy right there, giving you an inkling and a sign of showing you that that this place is going to be obliterated, man. Okay, eventually this place is out of here, man. Babylon the Great is done. All right, you see. So let me go back.
Move that we have seen for oil prices in 1 week since oils has been trading on a future market back in 1983. Oil, kind of the pricing impact here really is on supply and demand here. And if there's an impact or concern about supply, it almost instantaneously triggers oil prices higher. That then trickles down into the price of gas that we're paying. And that supply concern really.
The Strait of Hormuz, right? The Strait of Hormuz and oil. that they went about like, I think it's like 60%. 60% of the oil comes through from there, man. You see? Or something to that nature. I think it is, right? I think it's like 60%. But that's a lot, you know? So that's going to that's going to raise everything to the roof, man. All right.
Is real. We've talked about this last week here. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most important energy choke points in the world, and it's been practically closed for 8 days now. Under normal operations, you're talking 20 million barrels that typically pass through the strait per day. Tanker traffic, though, is down some 91% from pre-war levels, and tanker traffic at the strait right now is virtually a standstill. Again, with the president's comments yesterday saying that this war potentially, there's no timeline for where it could end. There's a lot of concern about, how long this strait actually will be closed. And there's been economists warning that if it's closed for a duration of time, you're talking about a potential, global recession here on top of the continued impact to oil prices that then, trickles down to the consumer, Hannah.
And if we're already seeing a 91% drop at the Strait, that is definitely not a good sign, not a good indicator. Mm-hmm. Alicia Nieves at a gas station in New Jersey telling us about oil prices and, of course, pain at the pump. Thank you again.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our news.
All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises and glory and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Marakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat Dawadah, the house of David. Shalom.